All right, all right, all right. Looks like I showed up. Dealing with a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Boom, there we go. All right, all right, all right. So here we are. We are on the live, regular, and we're simulcasting on the 24-hour live. Make sure everything's shut off here. I don't get any feedback. All right, well, here we are. Simulcasting. Amazing. I switched cameras. So what happened, I'm getting more into live streaming. We started the 24/7. So I want to start live streaming more. Hang on. So what I realized is that when I go live and I bust into the 24/7, it doesn't tell you that I'm live. So I decided to simultaneously do it. But the 24/7 one, it doesn't have a chat. You have to go over to the other live stream, which is this one, but it's got the chat on it. So if you want to talk, you want to converse, you got to go over to that one. If not, we're just hanging out. Looks like everything's running pretty good too. Except for it doesn't show up on my web-based. It's weird. Super weird. If any of you can hear me, drop a chat in there so I know you can hear me. Let me know. Let me know. Or I could be just sitting up here talking to myself. Crazy, huh? All right, appreciate it. Is that prime horse milk? All right. All right, appreciate it. So we're just hanging out. Let me know. This week I put a call out on Cool Show on Friday. that I want to know what you guys want to hear, what kind of triggers, what you want to. And then Wednesday, I'm going to do a video on making some triggers. We're going to call that the mix. That's when it comes into this camera. So I was having a problem with the camera. I got to start live streaming more. So I built the Quickie cam, and now my setup I had in here, it gets a little hot. So like when we were live streaming a couple weeks ago, all of a sudden I lost everything. I knew you were there, but I couldn't see you because the camera got hot after about an hour and a half, 2 hours. So since I'm gonna turn every show, the cool show will go live as soon as we can get this figured out and get it working. And the Monday Behind the Sounds will go live. I need a webcam that will not heat up. So this one will run 24/7 if I need it to. Won't heat up. Anyways, that's where we're at. Hope you guys are having a good night. This is Sunday Night Live, the Hangout. This is your first time here. I just do things and you hang out with me. It's background noise. If you have any questions, text me. Drop it in the chat. I'll answer your questions. Other than that, we just hang out. So if this is your first time here, I'm Big Bobby, but you, my friend, can call me the Tingle Junkie. So, let's hang out. Howdy. Howdy. So what I did, I updated the Quickie cam. And I put it on a Sony A6500. It's one I had laying around here. And I hooked it to my CMO. What this allows me to do is, when I'm out on the road, I can live stream right from the camera. My phone's up here, I can live stream. So I can take you guys with me. The Quickie cam. My phone's the Quickie cam too, but this is for more gooder stuff. More gooder. Yeah, yeah. Mine is too. I'm looking at the light fluctuation on this one. Probably gonna have to deal with that a little bit. Keep that light normal. I switched from the GH5 I had up there to a Hollyland Venus Live Air. I like Hollyland. Yeah, we're starting to make plans now. Like I said, when he had a kid, it was his first kid, and I've raised a couple, so I knew it wasn't going to be a quick return. But yeah, we're making plans now. And you know what? That'll be a good time for me to use this with you guys. Yeah. Have any of you been to the 24/7 and checked that out yet? Let me know. I think I'm going to tone it down. And I'm just going to run long trigger beds for you guys to sleep. And then bust in with the shows. I think that'll be a better way to go. Let me see, I got John, I got you here. Appreciate it, man. Thanks. Yeah, I was thinking about just going with some very long trigger beds. Like Wednesday, I'm gonna make a video making some sounds, and I got some requests from the Friday show. They would like match scratching. That was a pretty good one. And they want some walking. You know how walking footsteps in gravel? And that's going to be one we're going to do. this week. And wood blocks, wood tapping. I find a lot of people are really into wood, so I'm going to do some wood sounds Wednesday. I'll make a video about it, of me doing it, and put it on here so you guys can come and check it out. I know a lot of you use it for studying, and I'm trying to come up with something for studying. And I'm sure how I got it now, me talking all the time, doesn't really help. So I was thinking about maybe doing cool, then having some real long trigger beds, like maybe an hour long, and then have another episode of another show, cool or after dark, and then have another really long trigger beds instead of just 14 hours of me talking. Alright, give me a couple minutes and go grab my phone so I can put this thing together. You can check it out. Yeah, did you dig the late night driving? Because I'm doing more cool ride. That'll be, I would like to try to get that on let me turn this down. I'd like to try to get that on a live stream. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to live stream it in public. And then I'm going to stop and get out. Now, for the stops, the detours, you got to be part of night shift. So you got to become a member of night shift to get that part. But the 3-hour-long drives, the good stuff, that's what I'm looking for doing. And I'll use my phone and this. Yeah, when my wife got sick, but yeah, no, that's all going to come out in when I start doing the dry videos here soon. Soon. Everything's going pretty quick with this coming together, so more sooner than later. Let me know what you guys think about this camera. I like the kind of dark, kind of relaxing, kind of I really think it gave me more what I wanted than I thought it would. I hated getting away from the GH5. Yeah, the canned videos, though, I want to roll up into a fast food. Believe it or not, my fat ass doesn't like fast food that much, but those McDonald's McFish sandwiches, oh man, I can't get enough of them. And we'll do the cans. I'll get the cans going. Matter of fact, I tell you what, this week, I'm doing Wednesday, I'm doing I'm bleeding over. I'm doing the wood, the match, and the walking things. The next Wednesday, I'll pull the can mic down. What I'll do is I'll do a in the store. Yeah, that's what I'll do. An in the store kind of thingy. You know, back when I was a kid, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Appreciate it, man. Prime horse milk. But anyways, back when I was a kid, there was this thing that was on the radio called Dr. Ruth. And she would say, sexually speaking, you're on the air. So we might do something like that. That'd be kind of cool, I think, Not that, but, it's kind of funny. I was trying to get some ideas with, and I came across these guys and they prank. Have you ever seen the guy that does the voices of the cartoon characters? And he rolls in and talks like Mickey Mouse, and I really got a kick out of that because he does a ton of different voices, and that made me think of something like that. Yeah, I don't know if I answered John, but yeah, it makes me feel like it's a little more relaxed, a little more of that late night vibe. That's what I was thinking. It's really strange because I'm set up for the GH5 on everything. And whenever you change even one little piece of equipment, it seems like everything goes to hell. Because then I got to adjust everything on my monitors to match this. And then after a while I think, oh well, And then I go, yeah, no, that sucks. No, yeah, no, that sucks. And then pretty soon all right, this setting's locked in. Had to check, make sure my people thought it was good. Make sure you're my people. So this is the Quickie cam. The new, well, my phone's the Quickie cam, but this is the other Quickie cam. So I put my phone in there. I turn the camera on. It's got a cage on it. It's got an 18-105 lens on it with a circular polarizer. I use a circular polarizer most of the time. You'll hear ND filters are a necessity, but I use a circular polarizer probably on everything. I don't use an ND on everything. Gets rid of the glare, like my glasses. See how I get glare? But if I didn't have a circular polarizer on here, it would glare now even. So, well, anyways, turn the camera on, turn the phone on, go to my app, turn the SEMO on, boom. And there it is. Now what this does is I've got a hub that fits down here. Is I can record live stream for about 2.5, 3 hours. Just with this right here, this rig sitting right here. It does have a big battery in NPF 750 there. That'll keep my phone charged, and the SEMO pumping the signal out for 4 hours. The camera will last for about 2-3 hours because I'm not recording in it. I'm just using it. So I shut the back screen off and everything's shut off. It'll last 2 or 3 hours. Yeah, that's it. Boom. Can't see me, but yeah, you get the message. You get the picture. Then that way I get solid live streaming with better than phone, almost production quality live streams for behind the scenes stuff. So imagine I jump out someplace and I see something. Let's say we're at Yosemite. Say we're at Yosemite or something, I see a waterfall. Of course, I'm going to see a waterfall at Yosemite. And I can set this up real quick on a tripod. I can stream it for a couple hours. So if you need steady stuff, you need anything to relax or play in the background, I can give you that, something different, something so that everything's not the same. And then we can go to cool and I can play it on a late night, hanging out and with cool. I'm going to try to bring this light up a little bit more. I got to wait for it to, so I can see what you guys are saying. What do you think? A little better? A little better? I don't know, I like that kind of dark. Then in the video, I'll put my new logo right here. Yeah. New logos. There we go. Now we're on. Oops. All right, I'm pretty much back to normal now. Yeah, that logo right here, that logo. If you check my, if you check my posts, I got them in there. Asking if you want me to keep them or get rid of them. So take a look at them. Let me know. Yeah, I'm going back up to Prime Horse Milk. Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm going to go with this. Is we're going to like that a little bit more. You know what? It needs to be a little colder in here. A little colder. Ooh, now I look like a ghost. A little colder. I mean, my beard's gotta look all Santa Clausy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. Yeah, I like that a lot. Nice and bluesy. Yeah, I put the logo right there. It'd be just like a radio station, I think. Get that 24-hour live stream down to where we got long trigger bits. Yeah, I don't know if it's a cool Sunday. It's pretty hot here. But yeah, I got you. Appreciate it, man. Yeah. We're going to keep it this way. I really like this. Less, I like it really kind of soft. I don't like the specular highlights I was getting before. Because that makes it uneven, hard to relax. Hard to, chill. I'm going to go check the 24/7 live stream now. Oh yeah, I'm right there. I'm still there. 24/7 live stream just does not have chat. But you're seeing the same thing, just no chat. And believe it or not, there's less of a delay. Yeah. I'm going to have to put another monitor up in here to monitor that separately too. All right, all right, all right. We're coming around a 47-minute mark. I am going to take a break, about 3 minutes. You're probably going to hear an ad while I'm taking the break. Be back in 3 minutes. Might help if I shut the mic off once in a while. All right, all right, all right. When we kick out tonight, I'm going to work on putting the logo up here. Yeah, right here. With my mic. Yeah, my Elvis mic. It's funny because this new camera's a little box. It's a little bitty box. Pretty good sized lens on it. But there's no zoom. And I can control it all from my phone. So there's some pretty good things going on here that you really gotta dig. You know what I'm saying? Gotta dig them. So don't forget, I'm going to release a video Wednesday. Me making those wood sounds. I'm going to go out with the Quickie cam. Me taking and walking in gravel sounds. I'm going to do them with the Quickie cam. And I'm going to do them with my 360 camera. That'll be a good thing for you to see. I just like plastic. I like plastic crinkles. Yeah, I'm going to screw around and unplug this. Well, anyways, since I've changed cameras, this is going away. Gives me much more room on my desk. All right, it is burning up in here. Cool radio. It's got to be the temperature of the sun outside. It's horrible. And I locked myself in this little padded room. And I wonder why I'm so hot. But anyway, I am going to think about shutting down tonight. I really enjoyed hanging out with you guys. But first, if you're here with the chat, don't leave yet. I'm going to go shut down the feed to the live stream. At first, I'm going to see how it's doing. To the 24-hour live stream. Hang on. That's kind of odd. All right, I'm back. I'm just saying it's weird because I'm getting a major delay on your chats. I believe that's Tana Banana. Holy smokes indeed. John, what was my first ASMR experience? All right. So let's do it like this. Back in 1988, I know, it's like a gazillion years ago, I got in a wreck, a bad accident. I hit a car head on at 65 miles an hour. Well, she hit me. I was on a V4 Interceptor motorcycle, and it killed me 8 times. Put me to sleep for about 14 days. But when I came out, I couldn't go to sleep. I couldn't sleep right. So it went on a couple of years, and I'd get sleeping pills from the doctor, but then I'd be a zombie when I woke up in the morning. So I quit doing that, and I went for, 20-something years, just sleeping a couple hours a night, realizing that as I got older, it was more important. So a little while back, a guy I know goes, "Hey, you should try ASMR." I said, all right. So I went on and checked it out, and I got the wrong ASMR artists because it was kind of creepy. There was a lot of eating food. I'm not into that. then there's a lot of this personal attention stuff, and I just thought it was creepy, really creepy. Years go by, and IKEA does a ASMR commercial. Now, I work in marketing. Yeah, I'm a photographer, videographer, but I deal with marketing. So my company asked me to check it out. And I said, oh, all right, yeah, no problem. So I started doing some research, and I figured out what mukbang was and all this stuff. And it's got to be 2020, 2021. Yeah, I don't remember. I'm old. I don't remember a lot of shit. But, so I come across this young lady, actually two young ladies, and they were like normal, but they did this stuff with their hands. Okay, three young ladies. Frivolous Fox. Now, my favorite, she's one of my favorites, but my favorite is Till You Sleep ASMR. She's a young lady in Brazil. Just the stuff she does with her hands and stuff just knocks me out. And ASMR Bakery. You see from here down, you just see her hands, but she does some of the best tapping and crinkle stuff and scratch and stuff. Oh, it's just great. But anyways, sorry, shiny. But I started researching this, and I started watching these people. Till You Sleep, Frivolous Fox, ASMR Bakery, Raffy Taffy, there's another guy that does this, can't remember his name. But what happened is I was watching Frivolous Fox, and she's doing this plucking, poke, like this. And it was about 9 p.m., and then all of a sudden it's 7 in the morning. I was out. That was my first experience with ASMR. Now, for the real ASMR stuff, I've got a barber. Believe it or not, I have a barber. And she's a relatively nice-looking lady. But I've been married for 100 years, so I only see my wife. Excuse me. I only see my wife. But she does this thing, because she's so good at what she does. She keeps her hands in my hair. So she's constantly rubbing them when she shaves. She's constantly rubbing. And I almost fall asleep. I get tingles. I almost fall asleep. So between this and the lady doing my hair, cutting my hair, that was my first experience with ASMR. And after a while, I just decided, hey, I'm going to make my own. I see how a lot of this stuff is made up. Not made up, but like for instance, I'm trying to do a radio kind of show, talk show, radio show, whatever it is. And people go, well, it's not like a radio show. Well, but have you ever seen an ASMR radio show? I haven't. I mean, I've seen people try to do one, but I wanted to do something different, not just role play, being, talking, being real, and then getting the sounds out of that. And then I realized that in my day job, my day job, I get a lot of sounds. And I get a lot of sounds because making videos, I make my own sound effects. So that kind of led into this idea and some of the stuff I do for production that would led into this whole idea. But anyways, I went farther, but that was my first experience of ASMR. Did I know it was ASMR with the haircut stuff? That was before Phyllis Fox? No, I didn't, but I realized because I got into it that that's what that was doing that to me. Does that help? Let me know. Yeah, that Lita massage. I'll check that out. All right. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to go check the 24-hour stream. Yeah, we're still rolling. Still rolling. All right. So Hangout there for you guys on the 24-hour stream. I'm shutting off right now. I'm going to kick out. I'll still be streaming over on the other stream. Let me know. Appreciate you being here. For the 24-hour stream, I'm putting it back to the 24 hours. You guys have a good one. All right, now the 24-hour stream should be live again. Well, live or the old recorded live. right, all right, all right. Now, what I'm working on now a little bit is contacting other artists. What I want to do is have a top 10 artist on Cool and play just their audio. Like take 2-3 minutes of their audio and do top 10 so you guys can hear it a little bit. I mean, you'll still be looking at my ugly mug on here, but and then put a card up here for you to go check them out and put it in the and try to get you guys some new out, like this Lita massage. I'd love to go check that out, and something like that could go in the top 10 program, and then I can, so for almost 30 minutes, I would play sound from other artists, and if you guys like them, you could go check them out. So I'm thinking, let me know, what do you think? What do you think? Let me know. I'm working on the email so I don't sound really creepy when I'm emailing them. It's kind of hard. Hey, I want to play some of your sound, and I'll send people your way, but all right. So, if you really, I gotta do this, but if you really like what you're hearing and you want to help support us, become a member. Or, in the link below, you can buy me a coffee, because Lord knows that keeps the lights on here is coffee. Yeah, I got you. I got you, John, but there's so many artists out there, and I would like to kind of take a 30-minute chunk of Cool and make it like a hub so you guys can find stuff. Because I find there's a couple things I like. I drive a lot, and as my wife gets better and I drive more, I'll start driving more, so that's why this camera's coming up, and I'll start doing more on the road stuff. But I like listening to stuff when I drive. Now, you shouldn't listen to ASMR when you drive because it will put you to sleep, but yeah. But I find that there's different things that I like. I really, really like ASMR barber. I love that. I mean, I like watching old women get tased too, but, I like the ASMR barber. I like the, I can't remember his name right now, but I come across him and watch him. I like the shoe shine guy. I don't know how old you guys are, but I come from a day when in the airport you got a good shoe shine on your boots. It was relaxing. Yeah, I got you. I like talking ones too, but I tell you when I want to go to sleep, I don't want to watch the phone. I don't want to, I want to put on Alexa or have my headphones in and I want to hear stuff. Talking's one of them, but I like rhythmic tapping. Rain will knock me out. But anyways, with more delay. I like these other things too, and I want to share them with you guys and give you a chance to go see them and become like a hub. So that 30 minutes will become like a hub where you can maybe, so look at it like this. Let's say we come out here on a Sunday and you guys tell me about a bunch of new ASMR artists or ASMR artists that you like, or let's say I run a poll. I go check them out, do a 30-minute hub, a 30-minute segment on them. You guys might like them too. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying. Yeah, I watched that movie with my wife. When the kid's going, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. I think it's the Millers. Yeah, the Millers. Hey, I appreciate it. Oddly enough, my wife tells me every time you start talking, it just puts me to sleep. So, hey, I'm good at it. This here is cork rubbing. Sometimes I dig that feeling, that feeling of that. I also like ASMR crinkles. There's a lady that does paper folding all the time. I dig hers too. I think it's ASMR crinkles. It's funny you say that because when I was in college, I could talk my way out of anything. And I mess with my wife quite a bit because we get into this thing where I'll go, "Hey, baby, what's happening?" And what's funny is that I'll do it when we're in public, in her ear. I'll go, "Hey, baby, what are you doing out here? Maybe you and I should," and she just, she gets crazy. It's crazy. It's funny. I guess you got to be there, but yeah. And thank you. I appreciate you saying I have a gift of a voice. I got a lot of grandkids, and when I work, I have to use it a lot. So sometimes when I'm mellowing out, it gets a little crumply, a little bit. I try to stay, when I'm in here, I try to stay as breathy as I can. So it's almost a soft-spoken kind of whisper. Because I know some of you like the whisper too, but I don't like to whisper all the time. Sometimes I like to have that little bit of a breathy kind of a deep voice. Hey, what do you guys think about if I go to, I've talked about this before, but if I go to some little lesser known artists and maybe I did a podcast, kind of interviewing them, introducing them. What do you guys think about that? If I put something like that together, maybe some of the ones that we could take Sunday and kind of meet back here and maybe come up, I run them past you, you guys check them out, we make a deal, and you guys chat back to me telling me, hey, yeah, we'd like to, maybe I approach them for kind of an ASMR interview, not where we're sitting and talking, but when we're in the ASMR voices, maybe whispering, and we just did kind of like a little bit of a talk show. I talked about it before, but it was when I was talking, and now I'm starting to put stuff together and figure out how this would work, really. All right. Maybe I'll start putting a little bit of energy into that. Yeah, I know I have. All I know is since I've started doing this channel, it is really, I'm using it to stay creative. And I like the way this is. My intention is to retire pretty soon. I'm going to retire pretty soon. So I keep getting asked to put a time on it. So I said when this channel gets to 100,000 subscribers, I would retire. Now that's not saying I'm going to jump on here and beg for people to subscribe. It was just a number. And I tell you, since I started taking this, since I started taking this pretty seriously and getting creative with it, I love it. And ideas are coming up and stuff's starting to move pretty fast. The 24/7 wasn't supposed to happen for another couple months, but everything is moving in so well that I wanted to move on. When I retire, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, but I'm going to use this as my outlet and I'll go back to shooting commercially for myself and not working for a behemoth of a company. So I'll do it more on my schedule. And I really like doing this. Now, for those of you that don't know, I also shoot stock footage and stock pictures. And I sell them on stock agencies. On top of that, I do stock audio. So a lot of the times when we're out, especially now that I've got the camera set up and everything going, I got the plan. I talk and then I got to come up with a plan to make it happen. But the plan's there. So a lot of times when I go to get these sounds for the videos for work or videos for a project I'm doing, I take those and sell them in stock too. But a lot of these sounds would be really good for ASMR. Really good. There's a meadow I go to that's up north. And I swear when you're in there, if you go up against the tree line, you can't hear anything but birds. Every once in a while, you'll hear the breeze of the trees. You'll hear chipmunks chattering. I mean, it's just so relaxing. Then there's a couple spots up by Shasta Lake in California that are just unreal. I had to shoot some stuff up there during snow in the winter, and I tell you what, silence has a sound. And it's up at Shasta, because there's a sound there where there is nothing making a sound, but there's a sound. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, anyways, keep doing that and keep doing this and put a little more time into it. Instead of spare time, I'd like to put all my time into this and these creative ventures I've got going. I guess I would tie them together more. So I would do stuff where I could get ASMR stuff and projects where I could do ASMR stuff. Well, maybe not it, but sound stuff. That's what I plan on doing when I retire. Traveling too, traveling. I did a project a while ago with buses. Okay. So it's kind of weird how when you sell sounds, it's kind of weird. So what happens is, I needed some sounds of a bus for a commercial or a film, something. And they needed bus sounds. So I went and got bus sounds in Sacramento. So I went out and I recorded ambient sounds of the bus ride in the morning when people are going to work on the bus, in the afternoon when there's not so many people on the bus but it's still running, and at night when it's still running. And I put all those up for sale on stock, but I listed them as bus ride in Sacramento. But I also did the same thing when it was raining. So, and then I noticed something that happened. We went to Ireland. I did the same thing. Now, honestly, you can't really tell. Okay, Ireland, San Francisco, Chicago, there's a bunch of places I did. You can't really tell the difference between the sounds when you're just listening. But because it was in Ireland, somebody was doing something in Ireland. I mean, they could have used the Chicago sounds, but because it said Ireland, they did it in Ireland. They wanted that bus. I don't know. So I'm going to pursue more stuff like that. Like we were talking about doing the can mic for store stuff. Oh, there's my neighbor. Loudest car in the world. Hang on. Loudest car in the world, but okay. So the store sounds. I would go to mini mart stores, grocery stores, Lucky, Rayleigh's, Walmart. Do it at night, in the morning, and those are some good sounds that would actually you could study to and relax to. Coffee shops in different cities, because they all have their own essence. They have their own quirks. But if somebody needed ambient sound for a short film, for a coffee shop, I am almost positive if they were making a short film in Monterey and I had coffee shop sounds in Monterey, I think they'll buy those first because they're just in Monterey. Not saying the coffee shop sounds different in Monterey than it does in Shasta, but just because it's in Monterey and one's in Shasta. If you ever watch the show Virgin River on Netflix, that is a show that's about a little fictitious town in Shasta, but it's filmed in Canada. Everything that's used in it is B-roll of Shasta. I may or may not have B-roll in there. I'm not saying. But all the wide shots and the coming in shots are B-roll. So there's a market out there, even with AI. Even with AI, there's a market. Yeah, Virgin River is, because they talk about it's supposed to be up along the Shasta River. And you look at like the old 21 Jump Street, that was filmed in Canada. I've worked on commercials that were supposed to be in Hawaii, and they were in Sacramento. They were filmed in Sacramento. I had to go get the beat roll from Hawaii, but majority of it was filmed in Sacramento. Houseboats and Shasta. I had a 26-foot mini day cruiser for about 10 years. We never went to Shasta. I live on a lake, and I think we went everywhere else except for the lake I live on. Then I had grandkids, and the boat had to go away. All right. Say Matt. Matt, I think it is. Matt. I'm old. I can't see that well. And I had to move it so I could put the new camera. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Much love back, bro. Yeah, I don't see too well, but my cameras have the best diopters made in them. So it'll be a while before I won't be able to do that. All right. So tomorrow is my Monday Behind the Sound video. I'm going to be doing some stuff tomorrow, so it might be released late. Now, I talk about usually what I'm doing, where I'm going. Well, the last couple of weeks it's been changed, but I'm going back to the original format. So I'm going to be talking about what I'm going to be doing, where I'm going to be going, give you some insights, what stuff I'm going to be using, what equipment. It'll be a talking video. Probably release it about 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock I should be. Wednesday I will release the making the videos. I'm gonna make them, show you how I made them. You're gonna see me make them like a regular ASMR video. Then Friday we'll listen to those, and we'll do it radio style. Where I just come in, give you commentary, tell you about it. And if you're there, you're going to know all about it. But if somebody's just coming in for cool, they won't. I'll just give you commentary real quick about what it is, what I did when I was making it, and boom, we'll listen to it for a while. Do that about 4 or 5 sounds. Then next Sunday, we're going to have the Hangout again. Somewhere in there, I'm going to drop in an After Dark. I don't know, I said I was going to last week and I didn't. Hopefully I can get it in this week. I really enjoy this. I really love you guys coming here and hanging out with me. Appreciate it. You don't know. Become a member. You can buy me a coffee. You don't have to. But that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to ask. So, become a member. After Dark, remember I got a lot of stuff going for the night shift membership. Check it out. There's still going to be a lot here for people who aren't members, because if you're not a member, it doesn't matter to me. But I'd like you to be a member. Makes me look really good. But anyways, it's been a while. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Thank you. Pick up the video tomorrow, Wednesday. If everything goes right with Cool on Friday night, I might do that live. So the video will be after, but I'll come on and do it live. Seems like I got everything kind of ironed out on this, putting it on the 24/7 live stream. So let's give it a try. Anyways, that's it for me tonight. Appreciate you guys. Come check me out. You guys